Hi everyone! Welcome to our informative group presentation in line with our final output in the subject Foundation of Inclusive and Special Education. According to the saying that inclusive educators believe in valuing students' differences and supporting their learners' needs to the greatest extent possible. In this world that is full of diverse people, educating them is really a must. However, because of that diversity, we are having a hard time taking step on teaching those different kinds of people who have disability. So today, we are here to knock up your knowledge on how can we put bondage on that impossibility. To take that education is for everybody. And with that said, let's start now.
Good day everyone, this is Marian Longabela and I will discuss about autism. What is autism? Autism is the spectrum disorder or ASD. It refers to a broad range of conditions characterized by challenging with social skills, repetitive behavior, speech, and nonverbal communication. We have several factors may influence the development of autism. And it is accompanied by sensory sensitivities and medical issues such as gastrointestinal disorder, seizure or sleep disorder, as well as the mental health challenges such as anxiety, depression, and attention issues. Signs of autism usually appear by age of 2 to 3, even the earlier, and it can be diagnosed as early as 18 months. Teaching autistic students can be challenging and rewarding experience. The students possess unique skills and should be highlighted in order to encourage educational development. While each student presents with the unique situation and strengths, they have a following strategy that serve as guide in the classroom. The first one is avoid sensory overload to boost concentration for autistic students. The second one is visual. Use visual to quick and clear reminders about the items of the classroom. The third one is use concrete language. Figurative language is often difficult for students with autism to understand. Autistic students tends to interpret language in concrete terms, so they will benefit from clear and concrete instruction in the classroom. The fourth one is the teach social skills directly. Hidden curriculum ideas that develop social skills may be too complex for children with autism to grasp. Teach social skills directly by modeling and discussing appropriate behavior in easy to understand ways. The fifth one is treat students as individuals. Focus on each student's strength and successes as you model patience and respect in the classroom. The sixth one is be predictable. Establish routine in the set of schedule to help students feel less in the classroom. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Lalaine de Castro and I will discuss Down syndrome. First is, what is Down syndrome? Down syndrome is a condition in which a baby is born with an extra chromosome. The extra chromosome causes delays in the way a child develops mentally and physically. Next is, what causes of Down syndrome? Normally, at the time of conception, a baby inherits genetic information from its parents in 46 chromosomes, 23 from the mother and 23 from the father. In most cases of Down syndrome, a child gets an extra chromosome 21 for a total of 47 chromosomes instead of 46. No one knows why the condition happens and there is no way to prevent the chromosomal error that causes it. Kids with Down syndrome tend to share physical features such as flat facial profile, an upward slant to the eyes, small ears, and the tongue that sticks out. Physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy can help the people with Down syndrome to reach their full potential. How to approach students who have Down syndrome? You should approach them same as normal student so they doesn't feel like they are different from normal students. Try to approach them in easy way as possible as we could be, more on in polite way and the friendly way because they are very sensitive and can react quickly, so always be understanding.
Hello everyone, I am Mark Lester Caragay and I will be discussing the disability hearing impairment. People who have a hearing loss are either prelingually deafened or postlingually deafened. People who are prelingually deafened have lost their hearing before they acquired language. People who are postlingually deafened acquire their hearing loss after they acquired language. For each group the impact of the hearing loss and the degree of deafness will vary. Students with a hearing loss may require accommodations and assistive devices to have the best access to education. Accommodations may be as simple as preferential seating or as complex as wireless assistive listening devices in the classroom. Some will require Auslan interpreters and live remote captioning. Each learner with a hearing loss should be assessed individually and accommodations should be implemented based on the unique needs of each student. Next is the teaching strategies. There is a range of inclusive teaching strategies that can assist all students to learn, but there are some specific strategies that are useful in teaching a group that includes students with a hearing impairment. Encourage students with a hearing loss to seat themselves toward the front of the lecture theater where they will have an obstructive line of vision. This is particularly important if the student is using an interpreter, lip reading, relying on visual clues, or using a hearing aid which has a limited range. Be aware that some students may not be comfortable with this suggestion or have alternate strategies. Respect their choices. Use assistive listening devices such as induction loops if these are available in the lecture theater. Hearing aids may include transmitter or receiver systems with a clip-on microphone for the lecturer. If using such a microphone, it is not necessary to change your speaking or teaching styles. Ensure that any background noise is minimized. Repeat clearly any questions asked by students in the lecture or class before giving a response. Do not speak when facing the blackboard. Be aware that mustache, beards, hands, books, or microphones in front of your face can add to your difficulties of lip readers. Students who lip read cannot function in darkened rooms. You may need to adjust the lighting in your teaching environment. If a sign interpreter is employed, follow the hints for working with a sign interpreter.
Hello everyone, I am Joanna Ramirez and I will be discussing what is ADHD. When you say ADHD, it refers to Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder, or someone who gets distracted easily or struggling in focusing. So here I prepared 3 ways on how to handle your student with this kind of disorder. So the first one is make your student sit near to you or next to you. In this way, you will be able to give extra attention or extra focus to let your student understand the lesson. So the second one is make more outlines. Why do I mean by this? Like what I said, your student with this kind of disorder can understand or can absorb your lesson at a time. So you have to make more outlines so that your student can follow what lesson are you in already or what are the lessons you discussed already. So the third one and the last one is make your student have the copy of your lesson. In this way, you will be able to help your student review your lesson because like what I said, they can't get your lesson at a time. You have to make them or you have to repeat your lesson or at least give a copy of your lesson so that when they're at home, they will be able to review their lesson.
Hello everyone, I am Jomalyn Apuntan and I am discussing vision improvement. So when you say vision impairment, it refers to the person who are blind or having a partial vision. So when you are talking with that person, the first thing you need to do is that first, you need to always identify yourself and any others with you. Second, ask if the person requires assistance. And listen for specific instructions. However, be prepared for your offer to be refused. Because sometimes person who have this kind of disability didn't want to accept that because they might think it is not good for them. If guiding a person, let them take your arm rather than taking theirs. Describe any changes in the environment, such as steps, obstacles, and so on. And if the person has a guide dog, please remember that the dog is working and should not be patted, fed, or distracted. Tips on how to guide. Allow more time and greater flexibility for training. Encourage the student to use visual aids that have been prescribed. Make sure lighting is suitable. Try to minimize noise and disturbances in the classroom.
Well, there you have it. Now that you already know the different kinds of disability and how can we promote strategies and assessment on them, we are now ready to take step on inclusive stage of education. Yes, that will be hard, but let's all accept that this is part of our way to teach them equally as how we acquire education. And as a future educator who was ready for the diverse field, let's brace ourselves to our upcoming students. Are you all excited? Well, thank you so much for watching this informative video. If we hook your attention and you learn something, then don't forget to react on this video. Thank you so much for watching.